Good afternoon, or good morning, or good evening, depending on where you are. Ooh, I should shut my window. Hey Jazzy, how you doing? I think it's morning over there, isn't it? So good morning. Let me know if my background is noisy. I've got my window open because it's actually warm for once. So if it's noisy, let me know and then I'll just shut it. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's 4:49 p.m. over here. What's your plans for today? I actually miss doing lives. I feel like I haven't been on a live in forever. I can't remember the last time that I was on a live. I should actually do better and do lives more. But yeah, here we are. Okay. Was it like grocery shopping? This morning has been a busy one. I woke up early, did some cooking, cleaned my kitchen, cleaned my bedroom, literally, and that took up the whole morning, early afternoon. So like, but here we are in the end. Hi, the lady Pam. How are you? Oh, Jazzy, you said you bought a cute mug and cat food. Oh, how many cats do you have? But yeah, it's been a while since I've done a live, so I thought, you know what? It's a Saturday afternoon, not do much. Let me come through, quickly say hi, see how you're all doing, catch up with y'all. Wow, 3 cats. Wow. That's nice though. I like cats. I definitely would like one in future. Can't have one here. My mum wouldn't like that. Getting some phone updates. What is this? Oh. Ooh. Oh, great. Yeah, I think cats are cool. If my background is noisy, guys, please do let me know. I'm sat right by the window and I can actually hear like cars and stuff going by, but I don't know how it sounds on your end. So let me know and I'll shut my window. Hey Rose, how are you? Happy Saturday. Currently just drinking some homemade ginger and lemon tea, even though it's actually hot for once over here. Jazzy, that's cute. I'm gonna have a nose later. Probably seen it already, but yeah, I think it's just slipped my mind. But yeah, how's everyone? How are you all? Let me know how you're feeling, what's going on with you, what are your plans for the weekend. This is literally just like a quick, hey, how are you? I haven't been on live for a while, so I was like, you know what? Let me just come and say hi, see how you all are. Kind of missed the live interactions, the back and forth. So glad to hear that you're doing good, Rose. We like to hear that. Is it morning time where you're at, or where are you, Rose? Like which where you from, which country? Or should I say where do you live? It's always technical when you say where you're from, depending on a person's location. But yeah, well, I should have said where do you live. It's probably better. Oh, nice. Nottingham. I haven't been to Nottingham in a very long time. But there's lovely though when I went, which was years ago. Oh, nice. You know what? I've been trying to go JA for the longest time, but I feel like every time that I plan it, something happens. Yeah, like the Corona just came and messed everything up. And then there was one time I wanted to go, but I wanted to go for my birthday, and then there was just a whole hoo-ha about it. But Jay is definitely on my list of places to go to. It's a must. So God willing, I'd like to say maybe the next year or two. Most definitely, most definitely. Like from what I see of JA as well, like by videos and pictures, it reminds me a lot of Ghana. Sometimes I'll be like watching documentaries and I'm like, oh, it just reminds me of Ghana so much. But yeah, that's on my list. Funny enough, I actually had it on my vision board for this year and last year. And then everything else on my vision board came to life, apart from a lot of the travel aspects because of this whole pandemic. But I guess I would like to think that things are clearing up slightly depending on everyone's location. That makes any sense. Over here, I think it's on Monday that we will be allowed to not wear masks in certain places, but some places like transport are still saying that it's mandatory to wear it. How are things in JA in regards to the pandemic, Rose? Let me know if you can hear me okay, guys, as well. because I'm not too sure. I feel like I've repeated it quite a bit. I'm sat right by the window and it's open. So if you can't hear me, let me know and I shall shut it. Right. What? Oh wow, Jazzy, really? We've been open for a while, no mask required unless the business says so. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. Um, I don't know. How do you feel about that? Reading that to me is crazy because over here everything has just drastically changed to the point where I normally wear like a badge exemption, a badge that basically says that I'm exempt from wearing masks. And there are some restaurants that I've been to even with that, and they've been like, no, you can't come in. Like, you need to at least find something to just briefly cover your mouth and nose until you sat down. So most of the restaurants over here, they're like, when you enter, you need to have the mask on. But as soon as you're seated, you can take it off. Which for me, I'm just like, hmm. Oh gosh. Jazzy said it's gross and stupid. People fight store associates. Yeah, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. Okay, Rose, the curfew is now 11, so we are working with it. Okay, all right, that's all right then. Like, I'm yet to see what the restrictions are, but I'm guessing probably like most places where I'd still need to do a PCR test before arrival and maybe when I get there and probably maybe quarantine depending. Like, every country has got its own rules. Oh wow, outside sounds really noisy. But aside from all of this COVID stuff, what else is going on with y'all? Are y'all feeling happy inside, happy and healthy? Everything good, everything crisp, everything nice. Everything on my end is cool. The weather's nice. Yesterday was lovely. After I went to the gym, came home, showered and all of that, went to the park, sat in the sun for a long time with my laptop, got some work done. I'm such a sun person. When the sun is out, my mood is like up here. So me, I've just been thinking, I feel like I need to be living in a hot climate, to be honest. I feel like the UK is quite, in terms of weather, in terms of weather, it's quite miserable. But obviously when the sun is out, everyone's happy, so that says a lot. But I definitely would love to be living somewhere where the weather is nice all year round. And even when it gets cold, it's not snow kind of cold. Want to live somewhere where people don't even know what snow is. I think that's the ultimate goal, to be honest. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine that, Jazzy. It being cold, and now you're in Florida. I know that the weather. Well, when I think of Florida, and when I've previously been, the weather was really nice. So yeah, I'm glad to hear as well that you're feeling uplifted. I think we're on the same page because that's how I've been feeling. I've got back into exercising again. So I'm back at the gym, been working out, go to the gym, about 3 times a week. And this week I've started going early in the morning. Well, some people might not think it's early, but I've been aiming to get there just before 9, which for me is early. because I was doing, like, I would do all my stuff during the day, whatever it is I've got to do, filming, yada yada, and then I'd go in the evening. And I was like, my workouts in the evening are okay, but because you've kind of gone to the gym where you're approaching tiredness, it's not that great. And then this week I went back after being under the weather. Like, I was under the weather for about a week and a bit. Out of nowhere, I just felt ill. And how I felt ill was just so strange. I had gone to gym on a Monday, and while I was at the gym, I started to feel really funny. Like, I started to feel just really off key. Like, you just feel yucky. But I thought it was maybe because I had a little bit of a heavy meal about 2 hours before. So on the way home now, I started to feel really bad. Then I got home, and then I started to feel terrible. And then by the following day, it was just a wrap, to the point where I was thinking to myself, oh my gosh, have I got COVID? Because you start reading about the symptoms, and it was like, I think one of the symptoms was, is it like high temperature? And I had that. And then was it like coughing or whatever? I started to develop a bit of a cough. So I was like, oh hell no, I'm going to go and get tested. So I went and got tested, and it was negative. I'm gonna assume it was a cold that just literally came out of nowhere. But I'm good now. So that's the main thing. Um, okay. See, you know what? I wish I could do that. In the past, like at the start of this pandemic, was it last year? I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna work out at home or work out at my local park because I live right next to a park. And I think I started going to the park to like work out and skip a little bit, maybe once, twice. Then I fell off. I feel like sometimes when I'm doing certain things at home, I can't stay focused. That's one thing that I've noticed. So if I say I'm gonna start working out at home, I'll probably be able to do 2 workouts tops, and then I'll just fall out. Whereas I feel like when I, get dressed and go to the gym, when I'm at the gym, I have no excuse. Even if it's a bad day and the workout may not be that great, I still need to do something because I'm there. So I think it's more of a like psychological thing. Oh, thanks so much for that, Rose. I like to hear that. I like to hear that. Yeah, I try my best to be good vibes. I try my best. But yeah. Now, Jazzy, I hear what you're saying. I like being by myself. I like doing a lot of things by myself. I think to the point where my mom is kind of like, what's wrong with you? Because it's like, I really enjoy my own company. I can't lie, which is why in the past I've always done like solo traveling, or I will go out to eat by myself or go to the movies by myself. Don't get me wrong, I have friends and that. But what I've found is, I don't know, I feel like there's power in being happy and comfortable by yourself. Do you know what I mean? I feel like if you're by yourself and you can do things and you can have a great time, then it's like when you're with people, it adds to your happiness, if that makes sense. Whereas there are certain people in life where they can't do anything by themselves. Everything that they do, they have to be with somebody. If they want to go somewhere, they need to wait on other people. I can't be bothered, to be honest. I really can't. Especially like when it gets to a point where you might want to do something. I don't know, maybe you might want to check out a new state or a new city, and you've, I don't know, messaged your friends or whoever and said, oh, you know what, I want to go like next week, whatever. And then everyone's coming with their excuses. I can't get time off. I can't do this. Mm. But really, if you wanted to go, you could have really just booked your ticket and just gone, not have to wait on anybody. So yeah, I think definitely appreciating your own company is key. And then obviously appreciating loved ones' company or other people's company. Everything is in moderation at the end of the day, I suppose. But I just don't want to be that person that has to rely on waiting on other people in order for me to do what I want to do. Yeah, same here. I don't have the patience. Like if I want to do something, I just want to do it on my own accord. You know, if I want to go somewhere for the day or try out something new, I hate having to wait around, which can be a blessing and a curse because sometimes certain things in life require for you to be patient. But when it comes to waiting on other people, I don't have the time because the time that I would have spent waiting on people to and I would have already booked my ticket, already worked out when or where I'm gonna do whatever it is that I want to do. I think the other alternative to that is, hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, the other alternative to that is literally lost my train of thought. Booking something and then letting people know what your plans are. That's it. Yamiko Edits. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Forgive me if I didn't. Hello and welcome. How are you? But yeah, I think that's the best alternative to be honest. If you do want company, let people know I booked this. This is what I'm doing. Feel free if you can to come with me. If you can't, it's not a problem. Literally, you have one life to live, man. So live it doing what you want to do. So where are we going for real? Where are we going? Well, the US doesn't like the UK at the moment. So, oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on in regards to that, you know. But hopefully 2022, we shall see. Because I think people from here still can't come over to the States unless you've been to another country. So, like for example, if I had been to a country that the US deems as okay, let's just say if it was Barbados, for example, if I'd been in Barbados for 14 days, then I could come over to there, but I couldn't come directly from here to there. So that's crazy. Hmm. Thank you, Yamiko Edits. I'm glad to hear that you're feeling fine as well. That's what we like to hear. Good vibes all around. If Jazzy says I'm coming to London in a year or so for a wedding. Yes, when you come, shout me. Let's link up. Let's link up. Yeah, the same way as if I come to Florida, my friends are thinking about coming to Florida next year, God willing. I'm going to shout you to see if you're about, if that does happen. Yeah, that'd be really cool, man. Hang out, get some good food, chill on the beach. Ah, love to be on the beach right now. But it depends. What kind of crazy are you, Jazzy? Because I feel like everybody is slightly crazy, but everyone's got their own variations of crazy. I can get lit, I think, as you've seen by my other life when I was with Bass. I can get lit. Couple shots, couple drinks, I can get lit. But a good lit though, like I'm always a fun lit. Or there's just the people that just want to explore. And then there's just the people that are just outright, I don't know, like another level. Yeah, see, silly crazy is fine. Like that's me, silly crazy. I think that's cool. A little bit of silly crazy is fine. You can't let your inner child go. I feel like sometimes people become adults and then it's all serious. You can't joke, you can't have a laugh. But no, it's never that deep. Life shouldn't ever be that serious to the point where you can't be silly, you can't have a laugh. Or like I feel that some people get to a certain age and then all of a sudden they feel that because they're a certain age, they shouldn't have any fun. Everything is just serious all the time. I don't think I'm ever gonna be that person because there needs to be a balance, you know? Be silly, have fun, and then know when to be serious. No? Am I wrong? But yeah, they're like, oh, yeah, people that are always serious all the time, I don't know. To the point where they don't even want to laugh. Like, you can't crack a joke around them because they might take it the wrong way. What is Funko Pops? Sounds like, I don't know, sounds like some type of like Pokemon cards. I bet you I'm so wrong, but what is it? I've actually never heard of that. So it's Bubblehead dolls. Wait, I'm gonna Google that and see what comes up. Funko Pops. Okay. Okay. They're so cute. What? I love stuff like this, you know. I think for me, my thing is like teddy bears and stuff, but like animal cuddly toys. That's me. I've got like a bunch of them next to my bed. I've got like a pig, two rabbits, and a crab. And it just chills on my bed. I feel like you can't let your inner child go. I think I'm always gonna be like that. Have like my massive cuddly toys. Yeah, I seen when I put it into Google, I saw a 2-pack one and a Pikachu as well. Yamiko edit. So you asked, is your place in a good condition? I don't know. No, I do understand what you're talking about. Where are you from? Where are you living right now? So, in regards to is the place in good condition, uh, so I believe on Monday, where it's not going to be mandatory to wear face masks, but some places are still going to require that you wear it. So if you're traveling on the trains or the buses, it's still going to be mandatory to wear it. If you're going to the hospital, it's still going to be mandatory as well. Um, Nightclubs and like strip clubs and all of that are going to fully open up as usual, I think from Monday onwards. And also, people that were working in offices but were working from home due to the pandemic will be able to start working in offices from Monday as well. I think we currently have a high rate, but I haven't been keeping up on the figures. We can still travel to certain countries as well, but obviously we still need to do PCR tests, etc., etc. And depending on what country we're going to as well, that determines on whether or not one needs to quarantine. I also think, if I remember correctly, there's a specific date, but I can't remember what date it is. But people that are fully vaccinated will be able to come from amber list. So we have like a travel light system here where it's like countries that are on a red list, amber list, and a green list. So green lists are like known as safe, amber list, a little bit. Red list is obviously like a no-go area where if you come back, you need to self-isolate. And what they're doing is over here, if you're what's going to happen is at some point, if you're fully vaccinated, you'll be able to go to some of these countries that are on the amber list without having to isolate if you've obviously tested as negative. So things are slowly improving. However, they're reporting that they can see us going into another lockdown around the autumn period, so September, October period. Jazzy, yeah. Yeah, so like nightclubs, strip clubs, and all of that are gonna be able to like fully open up. I think like business as usual from Monday. Yeah. Yeah, this is the thing. So even though from Monday people won't have to wear masks unless obviously they're traveling or they're going to a place that requires it, I think a lot of people are still going to continue to wear it because a lot of people feel that they are protected when they are wearing the face mask, which is understandable because there's a lot of nasty people out there out and about that just dirty, cough without covering their mouth and all of that. So yeah, I definitely like understand if people would still want to continue to wear their face masks. I think everybody should do whatever they think is best for them, which is kind of like the vaccine, which I don't want to talk about too tough. But yeah, some people obviously choose not to get the vaccine. Some people choose to do so. I think my only issue is when people try to mock other people for their decision in regards to things like the vaccine. That's what I don't like. I think whether someone's decided to do it or not, that's their choice. I wouldn't mock somebody. But what I found is that as of recent, I feel like a lot of people that have been vaccinated are being mocked by those that choose not to, which I find strange because let people do what they want to do, you know? So Yomiko says, I live in Sabah. It's a Malaysian state. Oh, nice. Lovely, 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 lovely. You know what? I've never been to Malaysia before, but I've heard a lot of good things. So I'm hoping that after this, I get to travel a lot more. How is it like? How is the pandemic situation like in Malaysia? Yeah, speaking of traveling, I definitely want to incorporate a lot more travel content onto this channel. Yeah, so that's kind of my plan going forward. I'm not gonna like get into everything too tough of what I'm gonna do just yet, but yeah, I definitely miss um doing like travel vlogs and all of that good stuff. So yeah, that would be good to incorporate that onto here, which I know that there was can't get my words out. A while ago, when I did a poll on what people would like to see me do, get a lot of notifications. Oh, great. Okay. I really hate that. You know what? Like here in the UK, which is why I don't really I don't really like it when companies from the States offer to send me things because here in the UK, when you send things to us, we then have to pay a customs charge. And I'm getting like 1,000,001 notifications from a delivery service that I need to pay a custom charge in order to get something that's been sent to me, which is irritating. Um, but yeah, anyway, as I was saying, yeah, I definitely want to incorporate more travel vlogs into this channel going forward. So it's going to be interesting. I do miss like doing different things, checking out new places, vlogging about it, share my experiences, especially as a solo woman traveler as well. I know that people enjoy kind of seeing, oh, when you go to certain places, how is it like? Whether it's as a solo woman traveler or a solo black traveler. It's bad because in here they keep making lockdown and making vaccines to make you immune, but it's getting worse. Yeah, Yomiko, that's what's happening here. So here we have like the two vaccines, and they're talking about making a third one, which I'm like, third one? Oh. But over here, they make it very clear that the vaccine doesn't make you immune. They simply inform you that the vaccine basically stops you from feeling the effects if you were to get it, for example. So it doesn't make you immune to getting it, but it decreases you feeling the effects. Because I know that some people got it and it was just, that's it. Like they were just, very, very sick, very, very poorly. Over here in the UK, we had like a very big YouTuber, and she contracted it while she was pregnant. And what happened was she ended up being in a coma for a long, long, long time. Literally throughout the whole Christmas period, she was in a coma. Um, she did like her and her child are fine now, but it was literally very recently that she fully came out of that coma. So that was a very big lesson. Oh wow, Jazzy, your friend in the Philippines doesn't have access to the vaccine. Yeah, I could understand why. Um, I don't know. The vaccine topic is a bit of a shame. Like, I don't want to get into it too tough, but obviously, you know what? Some people are for it, some people are not. Some people are skeptical about it, and they have every reason to be. With some countries, their leaders, feel that they want to leave it to the Western world to kind of try it out and see how it goes before they bring it to their own country. Um, so yeah, it's a bit of a weird it's a bit of a weird time that we're currently living in. But one thing that I will say is that let's just all be thankful that we're all safe, we're all still alive, we're all in good health. Um, yeah, I may have to do that, Jazzy, at some point. Um, But yeah, I think the beauty of it is those that are still traveling, because people are still traveling at the end of the day. When I go on my Instagram, I see a lot of people still traveling. And all it is people are just reading into what different countries are doing and following up on that, to be honest. So I think there's a lot of like safety measures in place. Yeah, yeah, for solo, yeah, yeah. I definitely once I restart the whole traveling thing, I definitely will do travel safety and things like that. But the thing is about me, in regards to like travel safety, like what I tend to do is if I want to go to a particular destination that I haven't been to before, I tend to just do a quick Google search or watch YouTube videos and see what other solo travelers went, like what fly goes, what their experiences were, and then kind of take it from there. And I always research where I'm staying. I don't want to stay in a secluded area ever. So I'll always stay somewhere where it's on like a high road or it's right next to the beach, somewhere where a lot of people are basically. Yomiko says sometimes the vaccine is making the pandemic worse because some people get killed because of it, I think. Yeah, yeah. That's the thing. Everybody's bodies reacts differently to it. That's why I always say with the vaccine, it's a personal choice. People want to do it, they can do it. If other people don't, they shouldn't. My thing is, I just don't like the judging, you know, um, because there's been times when I've even gone on, for example, Instagram, and I see some people saying, "Oh, if you've been vaccinated, then you're very stupid and you're a guinea pig," and da 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 da. And then there's other people that are making people that haven't been vaccinated feel some type of way. I just, everyone should make their own kind of informed decisions in regards to it. But yeah, Yomiko, are you a YouTuber? Like, do you make content? Yeah, I do use an editing app. Do you mean as in to edit film when I make my videos? If so, then yeah, I use Final Cut Pro. That's what I used to edit. In the past, I've also used iMovie as well. iMovie's free on if you've got Mac, then you can download it for free. At least I hope it's still free. It used to be free back in the day. Okay, Yomiko, how comes it's dead? Resurrect it. Resurrect it if you want to, of course. It's actually not easy making content, you know. I feel like sometimes some people that don't make content think that it's like all fun and it's easy and stuff, but it's actually really hard, you know, it because it requires a lot of planning, filming, editing can take a long time, and then uploading it and then having to fill out everything, your description, your titles, and it, you have to have like a real passion to be a content creator. That's what I think. Um, but yeah, definitely need to have like a real passion because it can get really, 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 really tough. Yeah, Jazzy, yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's it. Exactly, exactly. That's it. Everyone, it's a personal decision in regards to the vaccine. So yeah, but yeah, content creating definitely it requires a lot of time, a lot of hard work, a lot of effort. And you know what? For me, what makes me happy is you guys, like every single one of you. You know, the comments, the likes, the interactions, the views. Honestly, it's really really cool. Like it's nice to know that you have people that appreciate what you're doing, appreciate your content, can advise you. You know, if I'm feeling low or I'm like, I can like talk about it, and it's like positive vibes. You get that encouragement, and I also hope that it's you know, it's the same for you guys as well. That if I'm doing a live, for example, which I need to do more of, or if you're watching my content, I hope that you know it helps or like it helps to uplift you because you know sometimes things may happen and you kind of want like a bit of an escapism. Is that even a word? Yeah. Yeah, but definitely you know what, going forward in regards to my channel, I want to improve it and diversify it a little bit more. So like I said, I want to add a bit more travel content to it, kind of steer away a little bit from the locks. I don't think I will stop completely with lock videos, but I definitely want to make more kind of lifestyle content, more exploring kind of content, and all of that. Yeah, Jazzy, I knew you was gonna say that. I knew you was gonna say that because you said that quite a few times recently. Um, yeah, you know what? That'd be cool. To be fair, like favorite eateries or like different foods and stuff. Yeah, no, I do like that idea a lot. I do like it a lot. So yeah, I'm just trying to elevate basically because I think that we all grow as individuals every day. So I feel the same with my content. There's some things that I was doing before that I really really enjoyed, and now it's kind of got to a point where I'm like, bro, I'm a little bit over it. Like I've done every single thing that I can do in regards to this specific content. I've said everything that I need to say. Next. Yamiko says, I use a game called Gacha Club to make content. It's simple to use, but at the same time confusing. You just need to make a character, then go to studio, make anything you want. That sounds interesting. Do you make, is it gaming content that you make then? Or is it like animation? I'm gonna have a look at your page after this because that sounds very really interesting. That sounds really really interesting. Thank you, Jazzy. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yomiko says it's a game and also an app you can make content of. Wow, that sounds really good. That sounds really, really good. I've never heard of that, but that sounds fun. That also sounds like a very unique way to make content on here as well. Because I feel like there's quite a lot of same old same content sometimes it feels like. And I feel like that's content that would stand out a lot. But is it like what made you stop doing it, Yomiko? Is it that it's really time consuming or? But yeah, Jazzy, you said that you might come to London within the next year or so. I really hope that you come when the weather's not rubbish. And the thing is, at this point, I can't even tell you when the weather is good because literally the weather only just got good again yesterday. And we are in July. July is normally meant to be summer. And it's just yesterday that the weather was nice. I don't know how long this nice weather is going to last for either. So, hmm. Also, you can make a live of making a character on the game. That sounds really, really good. That sounds good. I like the sound of that. Yeah, so I don't use that. As you can tell, I didn't even know what app that was. So I just use the standard editing software, Final Cut Pro over here to edit. Which yeah, it literally just requires you whatever I film, I just upload it onto there and then do everything there and then transfer it off of there and upload it onto here. It's actually funny because someone earlier this week, I can't even remember what post it was even under. Someone earlier this week asked me if I cook or something and said that they never see me cook. And I was like, in my vlog, I don't think the person is currently in here though. Um, and I was like, in my vlog last month, I did like little snippets. I cook regularly. I will never make a cooking content on here ever because I don't enjoy making cooking content. I cook, yeah, but when I cook, I'm just on the go, you know. I find that when you're doing something and filming at the same time, it slows down the process. And if I'm cooking, I don't like that. However, if you follow me on Instagram, which is the same name that I have here, Winnie Buency, sometimes when I'm cooking, I will film it on my Instagram stories. Like I did that this morning. This morning, I made something called spinach and egusi stew, which is a Ghanaian dish. And I filmed that on there. But I would not make a cooking YouTube channel because that's not me. It's not me. So yeah, I think sometimes if there's certain things that you want to see, I'm very active on TikTok. I'm very active on Instagram. Those two. So maybe there might be certain things that I may show on Instagram or TikTok that I wouldn't necessarily want to make a long video and put it on YouTube, especially when I know that that's not what people watch me for. I think it's gonna be very random to one day just start posting cooking tutorials today, and then tomorrow it's like locks, and then next time after that I'm in a whole nother country. Nah, I'm trying to. I'm not trying to do that. Basically, what, Jazzy? No way. You said you want cold. No way. No, you don't want that. You don't want it. You really don't want it. You don't want it. Like I'm so obviously not now, like right now per se, but bro, I'm so sick of having to wear like massive jackets and scarves and wrap up warm. And sometimes, like in a day, you know, you might wake up and you're like, oh wow, outside looks nice today. And then out of nowhere it rains. And then out of nowhere there's thunder. Then out of nowhere there's hailstones. Oh, then it's sunny again. So it's crazy here. Yeah, Jazzy, exactly. That was my exact thoughts. I have done a video. I mean, I remember making a video about doing buff roads. I did the gym one where I showed what I had ate before and after. I think there was like a healthy eating type of vlog. So I was a bit taken aback when I saw that. I was like, I'm pretty sure I have, but I just wouldn't. I think what the person may have meant is they want like a start to finish kind of. This is how I make soup, and I chop up the onions like this, and no, that's fortunately nah. I think I've just got to the point where I've accepted what is me and what isn't. Doing a cooking tutorial is not. Or having a cooking YouTube is not me. I like to talk and I like to explore, and that's it. That's basically it. There's nothing more to it. Yeah, you know, it's funny because I know that a lot of people that live in hot climates, when I'm like, oh, I like the sun, they're like, oh, you know, I want to come to where you live. Like, I like the cold. And I'm like, no, you really don't. You really don't want to do that. You don't want it. Let's not do that. You enjoy the sun. I'm trying to enjoy the sun just like you. Oh, Jazzy, you're funny, you know. Yeah. It's funny because I'm reading that and I'm like, you know, I miss being in a really hot climate and sweating and being really hot and then complaining about being really hot. Okay, what do I do when I'm bored at home? Nowadays, if I'm bored, I watch Netflix. I've been watching a lot of Netflix. I watch a lot of Netflix, or I will go outside and just go for a random walk. I live by two major parks, so I'll just go out and get some fresh air. Those are the kind of two main things. I gym, like I work out, but I wouldn't necessarily say that I work out because I'm bored. Not, like I work out now because of my health. Like I want to really preserve my health. I want to be fit because it got to a point where I noticed I was walking up like there's like I don't want to call it a hill, but there's normal pavement where you walk, yeah, but it goes up a little bit. And it got to a point where I was becoming out of breath when I was walking like long distance. So I was like, oh hell no, we need to work out. We need to work on my fitness, on my stamina, and all of that. Um, what natural deodorant do you use, Jazzy? I use. Let me see if I can find it. This. I've been using it for the past, I want to say about 2 to 3 years. I don't know if my camera is capturing it well, you know, but I use the Arm and Hammer rosemary lavender one. That works well with me. Before I was using salt of the earth. I was using that for a while, yeah. But this is ages ago that I was using it. And then out of nowhere, it stopped working for me. And then I started to really start smelling. So yeah, since that whole craziness, I then discovered Arm and Hammer, and yeah, it's good. Like it does what it needs to do, and I sweat in it. I'm a sweaty baby, so even when I sweat, I don't stink. So yeah, try and switch up your brand. You know, there's another brand that some people swear by. I think it's called Native. Native comes to mind. People swore by that, and then I went to go and try it, and I smelt like a skunk. So, hey Superfly, do you go to the gym during the pandemic? I'm afraid to go back. I do it at home now. Yeah, so literally, I started about 3 weeks ago now. And with my gym, they have put like a lot of measures in place. So, for example, what they've done is they have closed off some of the machines. So, say if there's like two machines right next to each other, one of them is fine, and then one they've put like a sticker and switched it off so that you can't use it, so that the 2 meter rule is in place. They also use like there's a lot of cleaning stations, so there's a lot of hand sanitizers, a lot of tissues, and sanitizing spray that you can use before you use your equipment and after as well. And what else? Yeah, they've like done all the places are drawing all over the floor and stuff, like respect 2 meters, 2 meters. So yeah, I've been back for the last 3 weeks, and at first I was thinking, oh, how is it gonna be like when I go back? Especially as I've kind of just been at home doing me all this while, and now I'm going back into the gym where it's full of all of these people that are sweating, and some people cough and stuff and don't cover their mouth and yada yada. Also at my gym, unless you're exempt, you have to wear your mask when you enter, but obviously when you're working out, you can take it off. So I understand why you're afraid. I was a little bit nervous, but then I was like, the type of person I know I'm not going to work out at home. I live next to a park. I've tried to do the park things, not for me. It's time to just spam it and go to the gym. So yeah, it's been fine so far, but from Monday over here, the 2 meter social distancing rule that we have here, they're getting rid of it. So things are basically gonna go back to normal from Monday. However, my gym has said that they will still require everybody to clean their equipment before they use it and after it. So it's a bit of a weird one, because with this pandemic, I'm gonna be very honest with you guys here. For me personally, I want normalization. I'm gonna be so frank with you. A lot of things have happened over here where I live that does my head in. Like at some point, like everything was closed. You couldn't do certain things. You couldn't see your friends. You couldn't see your family if they weren't in the same household as you, and all of that. So the fact that things are opening up now, I'm for it. I can't lie, because I think mental health wise, it just gets a bit. If everything's shut down, imagine like, well, unless you really, really like you're cool with that, that's fine. But for people that need to do activities, for people that really enjoy socializing, for people, there are some people that really enjoyed going into work, for example, they enjoy going to the office, interacting with their colleagues in person and all of that. To now go from that to now be at home all the time where it's just you and your laptop, it does a lot to your mental health. So for me, um hey Jay's like, let's get back to the old normal, not the new normal. Yeah, for me, I want a bit of like normal life. I personally think that things may not necessarily be the normal that we had before, but I still want some form of normalization, to be honest. So I want to be able to go to the gym freely. I want to be able to meet up with my friends and go to a restaurant on the whim. You know, at some stage here, you can't even do things spontaneously anymore. And I'm a bit of a spontaneous person. Like if I meet up with friends and maybe we haven't booked to go out to eat, if we meet up and we're now hungry, I want to be able to pop into the restaurant and see if we can sit down and eat. But it got to a point where it was like, oh, you haven't made any reservations, sorry, like you can't come in. Yeah, so bit of an unpopular opinion, but yeah, that's what I would like. Because there are some people that are living in countries and not much has really changed. Like sometimes I talk to my older brother and he lives in Ghana, and everything that I'm talking about here, he's like, oh, like everything's running as usual where we're at. So it's almost like a foreign concept of there being even a lockdown where some things are closed. And I'm just like, wow, could you imagine that? Jazzy, you said you use Young Living and Crystal. Is that basically like a type of salt? Because yeah, the one that I'm talking about, it was called Salt of the Earth, I think it was called. It was like a massive crystal of salt, and you just like use it under your arm, basically. And yeah, like I said, ooh, hold on. Yeah, and like I said, it was working well with me. I even used it at some stage when I went to Ghana, and Ghana gets really hot. It gets really, really hot out there, and I would sweat buckets, but I wouldn't stink. And then I don't know, out of nowhere one day when I was back here in the UK, I used it one time, and I think I'd gone out. I think at the time maybe I'd even gone to church those days, and came back, and I could smell me, and I was like, oh no, that's not cute. Girl, Jazzy, that's cute. That's cute. That's really cute. See, that's nice. See the smile. No, I like when I hear stuff like that. I like it when I hear about couples, whether they're married or whether they're not, but they still like do things like they go out to eat, they go out on dates and things like that. Because sometimes I feel like when sometimes people talk about relationships and it sounds like a prison sentence with some people, and I'm just like, why? Like, why? you know, to me, I always think to myself, to if you're gonna get involved with somebody, especially when it comes to marriage, surely you want to marry somebody that you feel is your best friend, somebody that you can really feel comfortable around. So yeah, stuff like date nights and stuff. I really like the sound of that. That's cute. Yomiko asks, "What's your biggest fear, if you have any?" My biggest fear, I think, my biggest fear, I would say, which I feel like I'm working on it currently, is I don't want to leave the earth knowing that I didn't live my life how I wanted to, basically. Um, yeah, I previously spoken about it on this channel, but I feel like where I live anyway, I think every country is different, but where I live, I feel like the system's been set up in a way where your life is literally you work full time, whether that's 37 to 40 hours a week. So you're working Monday to Friday. Some people don't even have that so-called luxury of working Monday to Friday. Maybe you're working 5 days, some people 6 days during the week. Yeah. Take care, Jay. Have a blessed day. Um, yeah. So basically, I feel like the system set up here is designed for you to just work, 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 and then you don't have no time for yourself. If you're somebody like myself and you're a creative person, because you've spent your 40 hours every week working for another company, chances are you probably don't even like what you're doing. Yeah. But you spend all that time and energy doing that. You're now tired and don't have the energy to fully do what you're passionate about. My biggest fear is getting caught up in a system like that to the point where I can't do what I want to do. That's my biggest fear. And that's something I'm currently working on, to be honest. I don't want to, God forbid, I don't want to leave the earth not living my life how I want to have lived it. Do you know what I mean? And not only that, but I also want to leave a mark in the world, even if it's like I touched one person in a way where they can remember, like, oh, you know what, there was a time when I was feeling this type of way, but I watched Winnie's video or she did a live and she said this and it really resonated with me and it made me feel good, then I'm good. Hey T, I'm all good, man. I'm good. How are you? How are you doing? Yomiko said, my biggest fear is heights because I'm tall as my mom. I'm taller than my mom on my age. Don't get it twisted. I'm scared of heights as well, by the way. I'm scared of heights. It's funny. It's weird. I'm scared of heights, but I'm fine on planes. So I can't go to theme parks. I'm gonna assume some countries probably say amusement parks. I don't know why amusement parks is in my mind, but I can't go to theme parks. You know where you go on those rides that have the whole roller coasters and stuff. I can't. do that. Don't invite me. Because even if you invite me, even if you paid for it, I'm not gonna go on any ride. I'm just gonna sit somewhere and eat. Can't do it. Don't want to do it. So yeah, I understand. But yeah, if it's something like that, I get you. I don't like heights, but at the same time, when it comes to life, I think my biggest fear that I realized recently is I don't want to live an unfulfilled life for me. And if I'm unhappy with something, I want to change it. Even if I can't immediately change it, I want to be able to freely work towards changing what I'm unhappy with. T says, I totally agree with you. I have recently been in a situation. I have started a job I don't like, but because the lack of money, I had to. No, T, I get it. I absolutely get what you're saying. Sometimes you have to because at the end of the day, you need to sustain yourself. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like at the moment, I'm currently looking for like part-time roles to sustain myself while I'm also focusing on this channel as well because I really want to put my energy on this channel and where I'm trying to go with this channel as well. Because at the end of the day, like, yeah, money's not everything, but you need money to live. So I get it. Sometimes in certain situations, you may have to do something that you don't want to do, but it's short term, and that's perfectly fine. Jazzy, the Jazz. Jazzy says, yeah, my biggest fear is farting and it being way. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. Nah, see me when it comes to that, yeah, I always know when it's gonna be way more when I've like ate something. Like there's certain foods that are triggering for whatever reason. Like for example, avocado. I don't know what it is about avocado, but yeah, that's triggering. So I know if I'm gonna eat avocado, I know if I've happened to eat something that might contain milk, yeah. But see, the thing on my end is because it's just me in the bed alone at night, it's all good. But if I if I had somebody, then I'll definitely be scared on their behalf. Um, try Superfly SLB says try dry idea deodorant. I love it. That's interesting. I've never heard of that. Oh, if I had one wish and I could wish for anything, what would it be? Oh my gosh. Wow. That's a hard one. I can't lie. You know what? One thing that really bothers me, and somebody asked me something similar on TikTok, in fact, today, is like world poverty and wars as well. Like I can't put my head around the fact that there are people on this like in this world that are so poor they can't afford to feed themselves or to feed their family. So I think if I had one wish that didn't involve myself, I would want for that to end for the world. Because I don't understand why that's happening. We have all these charities and stuff supposedly, and this is still continuing. I don't understand what certain people, like certain countries' governments, are doing and putting in place for some people. So if it was for like generally, that's what I would wish for for the world anyway. T Smith, companies got you doing sales. Oh yeah. No, I feel you on that. It's interesting though because like sales roles are so there's a lot of sales roles going. Like just yesterday I was like browsing roles and I see a lot of sales jobs right now. Contact center roles, like my last role. In fact, my last two roles have been working at a call center. Um but with one call center, I was predominantly doing emails, so I didn't mind too tough. But you see, the last role, my mental health was just in the when I was doing that role, especially when the pandemic like really took an effect, and then we had to work from home and having to take calls back to back. And the company was so terrible. They'll say, "Oh, if you need a breather, you can put your status to personal break." But then you'd get pulled up on taking too many personal breaks. I don't know. It's just it's really a lot, and I think about things like that, and I think to myself like I can't. I think like I'll be able to do certain roles now, like maybe on a part-time basis, but I feel like to do it full time for me right now, don't think I'll be able to do that. It takes a lot of energy, man. And sometimes you get some really nasty people that you talk to, and if you've got management that are really bad, uh and then you've got companies that want you to sell products to people, and they know that these products are bad. They know that it's of really poor quality, but then they want. I can't do that. I'm too much of I have a conscience. I'm too much of an honest person. I don't want to sell people shitty items. If I know something's crap, I don't want to be on the phone and be really persuading somebody to buy it. So anytime I see those roles come up when I'm looking on like job sites, I'm like, yeah, no. Yeah, Yomiko, this is it. Like, world poverty needs to end. I don't know how it's gonna end. I really sincerely believe. Obviously, I'm not a politician like that, but I really sincerely believe that there's a way for it to end. If everybody's governments really cared, they would make sure that it ends. But at the end of the day, one thing that I've realized is there are people that benefit from other people being poor, and there are people that benefit from keeping other people poor. That's what it is. So it's all a selfish tactic, to be honest. Jazzy said she'd wish for hairless underarms and world peace. Listen, body hair. Oh my gosh, yeah. Body hair is just I've always hated body hair. And you know what? It really used to infuriate me when people would say, "Oh, women don't like body hair because it's to do with men." And I'm like, "No, it's got nothing to do with men. I've always hated body hair. Like I do everything that I can as single as I am. I try to remain smooth. But yeah, not recently actually. Was it in 2019? I started laser sessions, and because of the pandemic I couldn't consistently do my sessions like back to back. They were very separated, but I've completed my sessions now, and even now the hair grows back. Only thing is it grows back very like at a slower pace, and it grows back very faint. But I want it gone. I want it gone. I don't want it to grow back slowly. I don't want it to be faint. I just don't want it to grow. So I think with that, it's going to require top ups here and there in due time. Um, but yeah, I hate body hair on myself anyway. Yes, call center jobs are just so stressful. They're so stressful. I think they come in handy if you just need the money, innit? If you just need the money, maybe you've got a goal. So like with me, without going into things too deep, I think that if I was gonna go down that route of doing a call center job right now, it would be because I know that chances are in a couple months time I'm not gonna be like in the country, you know. If it was like I'm doing it temporarily for a reason, like maybe I'm saving up to buy something, or I'm saving up to go away, or maybe I could do it that way. But kudos, I have massive respect for people that do it for years. Like in my last role, a guy that had been doing that the same job for was it 20 years? Ooh, I'm getting a notification that my internet is unstable. Oh, that's not good. Right. So Yomiko said the only way to end world poverty though is hard because there are many homeless people and some people just walk past them, although they could have helped. See, this is the sad thing, and it's like you're right. There's two sides of the coin though. This is the thing, because like over here there's a lot of homeless people over here, and a lot of people feel that with some homeless people, you'll give them money. And I think this is it. People have the assumption that a lot of homeless people are addicts. Yeah, this is what I think. A lot of people think that homeless people, or a lot of homeless people, are addicts. But what they don't realize is everybody's got a story. A lot of people became homeless for a variety of reasons. Maybe they lost their job and then they couldn't keep up on the rent, so they got kicked out, etc., etc. But because people automatically assume the worst about a lot of homeless people, a lot of people don't want to give money and actually help homeless people. That's where the issue is. Then there are some people that have had a bad experience, that maybe they've given a homeless person money and then they've seen this said person maybe go and buy alcohol or go and buy drugs, and then they feel like, oh, so I gave you my money and you went to go and spend it on your addiction. So because of that, those kind of assumptions or bad experiences, people may not help. People don't see other homeless people as human beings because they may have had some bad experiences. But what I found is most times a lot of homeless people that I've come across, they just want a hot drink or they want conversation. Obviously, they want money as well, but most times they want shelter, they want food, they want conversations, they want to be treated like a human being. So it's a bit of a sticky one, to be honest. It's a bit of a hard one because sometimes things are not always straightforward. And again, with homelessness, I genuinely believe that again that's something that the government can help with, but a lot of governments are not doing anything about it, and so here we are. Yeah, call center. And the thing about going back to call center jobs, I feel like with call center jobs, they should pay a lot more than what they do pay. I find that call center jobs pay way too little for the stress that it comes with. Way too little. Yep, a lot of homeless people are mentally ill. This is it. They're not lazy, they're not stupid, they're not addicts. If people actually took the time to talk to them and kind of find out, well, what's happened, like I've seen stories, crazy stories of, some people becoming homeless because they were living with their family and maybe they were being abused and things like that. So they had to either leave or they were kicked out of their family home and had nowhere else to go. But you may see them and may think, oh, that person is an addict. But meanwhile, that they're not addicts. They've literally faced something so horrible that has forced them to leave where what should have been home. Yeah, Yomiko, you're very right. You are very right. That I think that's the best way to ask them. But the issue is a lot of people don't see homeless people as human beings. So they don't even stop to even talk to them or to even ask them, okay, what is it that you want? People like to assume. Oh yeah, Jazz, you're right. Some are genuine bombs. There's been many stories over here where some people are not even homeless, but they just beg because it's quick money. They don't want to go to get a job. They don't want to have to go through the whole tedious thing of handing out your CVs, writing out cover letters, going for interviews. So some purposely go out and beg because it's easier to make money that way. So there's a lot of dishonest people, unfortunately. Yeah, it's a crazy world. It's a crazy world that we live in. That's why for me, I always say, like, regardless of what's going on in life, always be thankful about what you do have right now. The fact that you've got a roof over your head, the fact you got food, you've got water, you're alive, you're safe. All of those things are a blessing. Everything else is a bonus. That's basically how I see it. Okay, I think I'm going to end this live or wrap up this live pretty soon. Is there anything, any questions that anybody wants to ask me before I wrap this up and find myself a nice movie to just. So yeah, it's evening. Ooh, my internet is really acting up. So I don't know if you guys heard what I said because I'm getting a big notification to say that my internet is unstable. But I was saying that I'm going to wrap up this live. Is there anything that you want to say, you want to ask me before I wrap this up and chill out for the rest of the evening because it's 6 p.m. here. So I think I'm going to find a nice film on Netflix and just chill out. Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree, Jazzy. That's a very good point. And this is what people don't realize. Like anything can happen at any given time in your life. So even if you think, oh, I'm in a job, I'm in a high paying job, and you're kind of turning your noses down on other people, God forbid it happened to you, but anything can happen. Anything. And that's what people don't realize. You might be good today, but you don't know what can happen tomorrow. And the same way as you might be bad today, you don't know what can happen tomorrow. People's circumstances change all the time. Weirdest dream that I've had. Would I even remember it? That's the thing. I think the weirdest dream or dreams that I've had involve my teeth falling out. But with that, according to my mom anyway, in my culture, if you have like a dream about your teeth falling out, it means that somebody close to you or within your circle is going to pass. So in the past, I noticed that when I would have those dreams, in about a week or so, I would find out that somebody's passed. So that's probably the weirdest dream. Or dreams of people passing away as well is another one. But again, apparently in my culture, it means long life. So even though I might wake up crying because in my dream somebody's died, it actually means they're gonna have a long life in reality. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up here. Thank you so much for joining me on such short notice on this Saturday. I wish you all a very lovely, lovely, lovely day ahead. And yeah, let's do this again soon. Oh, Ed's got a question. Oh, and it's such a good one as well, just as I was about to go. Right. So Ed Smith has just asked, have you decided if you're moving to Ghana? I'm not gonna lie, it's on my mind. It's been heavily on my mind as of recently. It's been heavily on my mind. I feel like there's calling me, but I don't know why I feel that way. So at the moment I'm undecided, but I'm definitely gonna be there later this year. And I think I will take it from there. I think. Oh yeah, my old vlogs. Yeah, I enjoyed my time there. There was a lot of things happening. When I go, I'm normally based in Gossip, and I don't know. Like when I'm in Ghana, I just feel I can't put into words how I feel in it, but everything's up in the air. I'm not gonna say when I'm going just yet, but my internet. I don't understand what's going on with my internet. I keep getting signs that my internet is disconnecting, so I don't even know when I'm talking. Can you guys see me? Can you guys hear me? Please let me know. Um, yeah, if guys gone or not. Wow, there's a lot going on my road. I don't know if I'm gonna move there just yet, but it's definitely been because at this point she's always getting onto me. Like she's always getting onto me. Thank you, Yomiko, for letting me know that you can see me. I want to be out there. Like my spirit is telling me I need to be out there. I will be there later on this year. I will be in Kumasi. I'm based in Kumasi. That's where I live when I'm there. I will be there, but you know what? I also want to explore. Like I've never properly checked out Accra. I think I have an Accra vlog on here from years ago. But that time when I went, I literally had spent I think it was about 2 days, and I went to Labadi Beach, and maybe some restaurants, whatever. But I've never properly checked there out, So I want to do that because at this point, the majority of what I know is Kumasi, and I can tell that I'm missing out because I ain't been to Cape Coast, for example. I haven't been to Accra, for example, properly. There's like different parts that I've not been to. Um, but yeah, when I'm next there, I'm gonna be there for my nan's funeral, and so that's gonna be interesting. Going for that, but I just don't know if I'm just gonna go and come back or if I'm gonna stay out there for a long time. Ed, are you based in Ghana? I'm guessing. Are you based in Ghana? Oh, it's cool. Thank you so much for that. In regards to sending the condolences, yeah, my grandma passed away in March, was it? Yeah, in March. But she lived her life. She was 114 years old, so she lived her best life. Um, for me, it's just gonna be she lives a little bit. I always go to see her, so it's gonna be with me going this time and knowing that when I do see her, um, I keep getting a notification about my internet being unstable. So it's making me wonder if when I'm talking, you guys can see me or not. Oh, thanks so much. I appreciate it. Okay, that's interesting to know. So you're based in London. Do you go often? I'm guessing you go often. And when you go, where do you stay? I'm guessing you stay in Accra, isn't it? Um, yeah, I thought it keeps cutting out because I keep getting a sign to say that my internet's very unstable. But yeah, when you go to Ghana, I'm guessing that you stay in Accra, I guess. Thank you, Rose, for the condolences. And thanks for letting me know that it's cutting out. Yeah, I thought so. I keep getting the sign to say, oh, oh wow. Yomiko, it's what? 1:05 in the morning. Wow, you sleep well. Thank you so much for joining me. Sleep well. Have sweet dreams. Ed, how comes you haven't been? See, look at that. Can you imagine? Yeah, I'm all like, yeah, bye guys. I'm gonna go watch Netflix and that, and then you come through with good conversation. um, but yeah, Ed, how comes you haven't been to Ghana? Honestly, like, there's lovely. You would have seen my vlogs. Like, I'm a very honest person. Like, Ghanaian vibes. Whereas when I was in Accra for just 2 days, I felt like Accra was quite Internet's cutting out. Oh my gosh! Right, I think I'm gonna have to wrap this up in due time. But what I was saying was, I feel like Kumasi has a very authentic feeling. When I was in Accra for just the 2 days, keep in mind I haven't properly explored Accra, but from what I saw, it was quite westernized. It almost reminded me of London. Do you get it? And in a way, if I'm going back home, I don't really want to feel like I am in London, if that makes any sense. Um, but yeah, yeah, no, Ed, I understand. A lot of parents do that. We need to go, and then it just doesn't happen. But depending on your age, and if you have friends, you can always team up with friends and go. Um, or if you're brave enough to travel solo, you can always do that as well. Rose asked, "What best movies do you like?" I can't lie. See, when I'm watching Netflix, yeah, I tend to nowadays watch a lot of like African movies. They have a lot of like Ghanaian films, Nigerian films, Cameroonian films, South African series, and all of that. Or I'm a big kid at heart. I'll be watching SpongeBob and cartoons. Like, so it all depends. I like reality shows as well, like Too Hot to Handle. I finished watching that. I've also been watching Love Island, the USA version as well, which has been really cool. So you know what? It's a mixture of things. It's actually a mixture of things. It depends on my mood. It really depends on my mood. There was a film that I was watching, well, not recently, but some months ago, and it was a Nigerian film, but they filmed it in Jamaica, That was interesting. I mean, the storyline was a bit, yeah, but the scenery was beautiful. Even the culture itself is being watered down, our language. Yeah, Ed, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I think everything changes, but at the same time, you need to go and explore it. So I hope that you do get to explore it one day, preferably soon. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here for real, for real, for real. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a blessed Saturday, Sunday, and I shall see you hopefully soon. Bye.